Hello everybody. When most people hear the name Mike Ilitch, they think of Little Caesars Pizza, the pizza, the commercials, the Detroit Tigers, or the Red Wings. But behind all this is a successful businessman who consistently gave back to his community. Today I want to share how he gave back to education, to veterans, to his city, and to those in need. Mike Ilitch was the son of immigrants in Macedonia. He proudly served in the U.S. Marine Corps. After his service, him and his wife Maureen bought a small pizza joint back in 1959 with just $10,000 in savings. That pizza joint is Little Caesars Pizza, and it's now one of the world's largest pizza joints today. But behind all this never changed Ilitch's values. His immigrant roots taught him to be humble. His military service taught him to sacrifice, and his business successes taught him the means to lift others up. According to an article published by the Detroit Free Press back in 2017, Ilitch avoided the spotlight and was uncomfortable accepting praise or awards. Ilitch strongly believed in investing in young people. He launched a Little Caesars Love Kitchen back in 1985. A traveling kitchen that has served millions of free meals to the homeless and disaster victims. Mike Ilitch believed if you received support or aid, then you should return that freely at every opportunity you can get. And he especially wanted to teach his owners that lesson. Mike Ilitch also supported youth sports, especially hockey. He created a program for the Detroit neighborhood kids, which gave them the chance to play, compete, and to dream big. Years later, this led to the gift of Wayne University, with the school named after Mike Ilitch, Mike Ilitch School of Business, a lasting institution where Detroit students can go to learn, grow, and succeed. Mike Ilitch himself once said, "The future of our city depends on the opportunities we create for our young people." As a Marine Corps veteran, Ilitch felt a deep responsibility to return the favor to those who had served. In 2006, he created a program and launched the Little Caesars Veterans Program, in which this program which gave them the opportunity for veterans to become franchise owners. This wasn't charity, this was empowerment. He provided resources and training to those veterans so they could have hope that they can come home to a job to support their loved ones. According to an article published by the Detroit Free Press back in 2017, nowhere in Ilitch's generosity was more visible in Detroit. When businesses were abandoning the city in Detroit, Ilitch restored historic landmarks like the Fox Theater and built the Little Caesars Arena and jumped on the District Detroit development. This brought jobs, energy, and hope back to the city. Detroit at its lowest point, Ilitch drove through the city and said, "We're not leaving, this is our home," and he meant it. Not only he kept Detroit, he fueled the city's comeback. His revitalization of the Detroit Red Wings after assuming ownership. This led to changes in that landed the Hockey Hall of Fame and won multiple Stanley Cups. Beyond businesses and sports, Ilitch supported healthcare initiatives, including the Henry Ford healthcare system. He generously gave to food banks, shelters, and to families in need. He often done this quietly and anonymously. A lot of this was recognized after his passing back in 2017. One of these stories was reported by the Washington Post back in February of 2017 that revealed Mike had found out Rosa Parks had been a victim in a home invasion. She was robbed and the attacker had gotten away. He stepped in quietly, moved her into a better apartment, and paid her rent until her passing. This was not revealed until after Mike's passing. That humility speaks volume. His philanthropy wasn't about recognition, it was about responsibility. Mike Ilitch will always be remembered as the man who built Little Caesars and owns the Detroit Tigers or the Red Wings. His deeper legacy is his generosity and his empathy. Life reminds us of a simple truth. Success is not measured by what we get, but what we give. Service to others is the rent you pay for your own room here on earth. This was said by Muhammad Ali. Our greatness isn't about what we achieve, but what we give. So today, guys, I leave you with the challenge. What will your legacy be? How can you use your talents, resources, and opportunities to give back to your community like Mike Ilitch did? Because in the end, this isn't about greatness, money, or pizza. It's about people who supported their community like Mike Ilitch did. Thank you.